Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya. Today I have my skincare routine. I have a lot of products here to show you. I recently just bought some Truth Treatments products, which I will be using in this video. So I have nothing on my skin right now. I just came out the shower. I washed my skin with the Late EV cleanser. I've been using Retin A, or Tazorac 0.05, and my skin has been just a little drier lately, and I find that the Late EV cleanser from Biologique Research is really nice and never strips my face of any oil, and it just like doesn't exacerbate any like flaky patches or dry patches. Right now I'm gonna go in with my Truth Treatments Hyaluronic Mineral Hydrator. The ingredients are not on this packaging. I have the box in my room. Anyway, there's like honey, I think there's hyaluronic acid in here. A lot of hydrating ingredients, but it doesn't leave a film or anything on your face. I'll show you what it looks like. It's got a pump and everything, but here we go. It's got, you see how viscous it is? That's the honey. I also have the Biomimetic Mineral Mist. I'm spraying my face right now because my skin is so dry. I set this up without putting anything on my skin after I showered. So I'm spraying this first. And then I'm also going to spray like 2 pumps. You probably don't need 2 pumps. This spreads really easily. And it's like really slippery. There's no like tack, there's no stickiness. It glides on really smoothly. And then as you massage it into your skin, it becomes dry and then develops a tack. But then in an instant, it like dries completely. There's nothing left on my face. There's no film, there's nothing. It just like completely sank into my skin. That's how thirsty my skin was. And since using Retin A, I've been pretty much sticking to only Truth Treatment products aside from the Biologique Research Late EV cleanser. So I have my favorite lotion P50W1970, which has been discontinued. I have P50W, P50V, and P50V1970. Of all of these small little samples, I think my next purchase will be lotion P50V. And I will tell you why right now. So obviously the 2 with phenol are the 1970 formulas. However, the P50V1970 has only water, glycerin, phenol, lactic acid, magnesium chloride, vinegar, niacinamide, salicylic acid, and sodium benzoate. This, on the other hand, I liked the P50W1970 because it left hydration on my skin. It didn't feel dry. When I use this one, it feels dry. There's no moisture on my skin whatsoever. This one has water, glycerin, niacinamide, vinegar, lactic acid, ethoxydicglycol, I don't know, magnesium chloride, phenol, some other word, bark extract, spongilla extract, arnica, walnut extract, laperoute extract, sodium benzoate, salicylic acid, sulfur, propylene glycol, sodium, these are just 2 other, I'll just read them, sodium metabisulfite, and phenoxyethanol. So those were a few preservatives at the bottom. So this one has a lot of, I guess, hydration ingredients, the walnut seed extract, laperoute, what else? Spongilla, the bark extract. This formula will hydrate the skin. So the P50V now has a lot of the same ingredients, and I'll read them to you now. I know it's long. Water, gluconolactone, glycerin, propylene glycol, niacinamide, lactic acid, ethoxydicglycol, something like that, vinegar, magnesium chloride, citric acid, malic acid, phytic acid, spongilla, yeast extract, cochlearia, or I'm sorry, horseradish, that was way easier, extract, fruit extract, walnut extract, laperoute extract, sulfur, sodium, salicylic acid, sorbitol, phenoxyethanol, sodium, whatever, preservatives. And then finally the P50W had a lot of the same ingredients. gluconolactone, glycerin, niacinamide, propylene glycol, lactic acid, phytic, vinegar, bark, horseradish, laparoot, but it doesn't have the walnut seed extract. And I don't know. Oh, this one has urea, which I like. Okay. Anyway, my picks would be between P50W and P50V. I've been using P50V more just because I feel more of a tingle. The acids are at a higher percentage. I believe this one is more gentle. But between these two formulas and then the P50V 1970, any of the 1970 formulas, these have more extracts and hydrators in them, and that's what I like about these. That's what I loved about this one, because I felt like it had everything. It had the phenol, it had all the extracts, so that's why I liked this. I will not be purchasing any of the 1970 formulas unless it's like a small little bottle and I just want the phenol on my skin just for a few uses. But either way, I would recommend looking into these two formulas, the P50V, P50W with no 1970, even P50. Anyway, I know that was long, a lot of ingredient reading, but the point of that was to just show you that these have hydrating extracts in there that I like. Okay, so now that we're done with that, what I've been doing is after the hyaluronic hydrator, I've been going in with my Retin A. And nights that I want the Retin A directly on my skin, I'll go in right now with it, and then afterwards I will go in with a transdermal sebum to kind of seal it in, and that's all I'll do for the night. The reason why I've been using Truth Treatments and Retin A and not my Biologique Recherche products is because in a few of my last videos, I've been noticing that my under eyes have been looking so dry. They've started to sag a little, but overall my skin looks pretty good. I have this here because I tried to pop a blackhead and it didn't go well. But otherwise, my skin is clear, and prior to using the Retin A and the Truth Treatments, my blackheads were noticeable. My under eyes were starting to sag, and I had dry skin under my eyes, and I could not wear concealer. Since incorporating Retin A and Truth Treatments, a transdermal sebum, I've been noticing a huge difference in my skin, and I love these products. If you can't get Retin A, in the United States, we can get Differin over the counter, and I've gone through so many tubes of this. I need a new one. It's not, so this is a derivative of Retin A. This is just pure Retin A. It's going to go on your skin. It's going to be used. This has, I mean, it's probably more effective than any retinol or retinaldehyde. So if you can't get Retin A, I do recommend trying this. This I use, okay, and I'll explain that too. It's kind of confusing. So my routine is not the same every night. That's why I'm having such a hard time explaining it. And I kind of just want to do one video, but to kind of explain everything, and maybe I'll do different skincare updates in the future. Whoever you ask, has different ways of using Retin A. And who is it? I think it's Hot and Flashy. She uses Retin A she in the beginning used Retin A once a week for a month, and then twice a week for another month, and 3 times a week another month, until she started using it every day. So that's kind of what I do with this. I use this like once a week. Or more if I feel like my skin can handle it. But on the other days, I will go in with this one. But I also just bought a new one, and I'll show you that now. I got the Retinol 5% Truth Treatments gel. I haven't used this yet. And then I also got the Resurfacing 1% Retinol Light. And the reason why I got these is because the ingredients are medium chain triglycerides, tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate, vitamin C, some alkyl benzoate, glycerol esters, retinol, and dextrin palmitate. So the only difference is that this is 5%, this is 1%. I don't know exactly the percentage of vitamin C, tetrahexyl tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate. I don't know the exact percentage of that one, but I love the the transdermal sebum. I freaking love this stuff. And I don't have the box with me, so I can't tell you the ingredients in here, but this has it's packed full of vitamin C. And it's the vitamin C that doesn't irritate my skin, because I'm irritated by ascorbic acid, L-ascorbic acid. Even the Maylove serum that I used for a little while ended up giving me rosacea, and I just can't do it. Although the rest of my skin looks bright, my pores look small when I use vitamin C, so this is the only kind I can use. But anyway, when I pair the transdermal sebum retinol, my skin was just amazing. So I have tried the 1% in the past, and the results were just like, it's not going to give you any results similar to the Retin A, but I bought this mainly to use around my eye area. Eye creams are expensive as it is, and this is a full ounce for, I think it's like $129, $130 or something like that. And I figure I won't run out of it for a while, and then if there are nights where I want to use the vitamin C, it's just like a balm gel kind of consistency. It's thinner than the transdermal sebum. I figure that if I want to use the, if I want to have vitamin C and just a small amount of retinol on my face some night or day, I have this option. And then I bought the 5% to compare, to see how my skin likes this versus Retin A. This is compared to be as effective as Retin A, and I kind of doubt that, but I bought it to see if it is as good, because I got this as a prescription once, but I couldn't get it again. So I'm holding on to every last bit of that. And then I got a travel size of the omega-6 healing cream. I've had this in the past and I've used an entire one. I just ran out of it. But anytime I feel like the dryness or irritation, because I get that on my nose, around this part of my mouth, and then I'll kind of just like put a dab underneath my eye if I'm like feeling dry or sensitive after using the Retin A. And this is so healing. It prevents dry skin and flakes like no other. This is the transdermal sebum. If you have dry, flaky, irritated skin, these two are amazing. Omega cream and transdermal sebum. That's what I've been doing. Pretty much every. So I'll just show you what I've been doing recently. Tonight I'm gonna skip Retin A because my skin just feels dry. I did this yesterday. And so what I will do today, I'm just gonna do the 1% retinol light. Well, nah. Let's go in with some of the Biologique. So I now have only 4 serums from Biologique Research. I have recently finished the Elastin Marine, which was crap. I hated it. I'm sorry. If you like it, great. Works for you, awesome. But I hated it. And then I also bought, and I think I showed it in my haul, it was the Serum Visage, Matricial Visage or something like that. It came in the blue bottle and it was a pump, and it was meant to firm the skin, and it had like, it's supposed to be hydrating too. It wasn't very hydrating on my skin. And I mean, I feel like since I've been using the Retin A, my skin is just better overall. But before the Retin A, like my skin was just not looking good. I kind of hit a plateau, and I realized that a lot of the Biologique Research serums that said they do stuff wasn't really doing much for my skin. So to recap, I think I was like iffy on like the MC 110 and the Illegal Protein Marine. If from now on, because I love this stuff, and I love the Truth Treatment Sebum, and I hadn't been using that for a while because I wanted to give Biologique its like time to shine, and it really didn't. My under eyes had never looked as saggy as it did. And I even was using a sample of the eye creams. They were the Biofixine and then the VIPO2 eye creams. Anyway, so I'll show you how I go in with these serums. So first I would clean my skin, put on a toner, and then I would go in with the serum. I would not have put this on if I was using the Biologique, but I did that anyway because my skin was like thirsty. All right, so I have VG Tinsel, Placenta, Dermopore, and Extrait tissue layers. So how I've been making Dermopore work is if I notice that I had any clogged pores around my face or blackheads, or I noticed that I hadn't been like exfoliating or using any sort of like purifying serum or anything, and it just like looked dull, I would throw in a few drops of this into like Placenta. I'm not gonna do that today because my skin is feeling exfoliated. But I'm gonna go in with Placenta right now. If I was using Dermopore, I would pour a couple drops of Placenta in my hand and then just like a couple drops of Dermopore. I wouldn't use too much of this because it has alcohol in it and it does dry my skin out. When I dilute this into Placenta or Extrait tissue layer, I don't get as dry. So I'll just go ahead and use Placenta around my eyes because supposedly it's supposed to lighten your under eye circles, but that's a damn lie. I mean, it's not a damn lie. I'm sure it helps some people, but it doesn't perform any miracles. It's okay. And then I'm gonna put it on my little acne scar right there, wherever it was. I can't really see. And that's it. So you can put this all over your face to soothe any skin irritation or wherever you have acne scars. I don't really have any irritation right now, and I'm just gonna leave it to those 3 areas. Okay, we talked about Dermopore. Now VG Tinsel, I will put that last because that one I don't really like. So Extrait tissue layer. If I had to choose one quintessential serum from Biologique, it would be this one. So I'm just gonna take a few drops of this. I still do love this one. And I love the feeling of this serum. So this is meant to hydrate the skin, and it's good for people with like acne prone skin. And to be honest, if I had to choose between the hyaluronic mineral hydrator and this one, I would choose this one. I don't like the way this feels on my skin. It feels like nothing. My skin was still feeling dry. This one, my skin doesn't feel dry. It sinks in, but it also like kind of softens my skin and makes it feel hydrated. My skin still felt thirsty with this. I'm using this because I want to use it up. But I prefer this one. I don't know. So the ingredients on this is water, propylene glycol, embryo extract, phenoxyethanol, and ethyl hexylglycerin. I think phenoxyethanol to be used in cosmetics has to be at a percentage of like 1% or less. And there's one ingredient after that, which is the preservative. Those 2 are preservatives. But the embryo extract, I'm just like, I wonder how much percent of the embryo extract is in here and how much of this is just water and propylene glycol. And that's kind of like my concern with like all of the Biologique products is, well, this one is water, hydrolyzed placenta protein, and phenoxyethanol and ethyl hexylglycerin. So I'm just wondering, like, I mean, maybe these extracts, proteins don't have to be at a high percentage, but that's just, I don't know. It's not like the phenoxyethanol is before any of those like active ingredients. This one it is. Anyway, so I do like this. I don't know, my skin overall looks pretty good, but since I've been incorporating my Retin A, it's just like my skin has had like an extra push of like oomph, you know. It's got like a better like bounce. It's like it looks healthier, but I do prefer the X-ray tissue layer over the Truth treatments. This is just my favorite hydrating serum, period, over any brand so far that I've tried. This is, for me, I can't beat this texture. I love the texture of these serums, you know, but the only downside is like they're so expensive, and why couldn't they just combine like placenta protein and like the embryo extract and then just make like a all-in-one like hydrating, healing kind of serum, you know what I mean? With no alcohol, you know? So like that's my gripe with these. And then another thing is like I have been using these around my eyes. I've been using the placenta around my eyes, the Protein around my eyes, Elastin Pure around my eyes, but still my eyes have been the saggiest they've ever looked. And just a few days of the retinol around my eyes, they've been so much better. I don't know if, let me see if I can. So, and I'll show you exactly where it is. This area, right there. It's still just a little saggy, but not that much. It was a lot saggier prior to my retinol usage. Next serum is VG Tinsel. I'm not a huge fan of this one. Yeah, I'm sure it works for other people, but for me, I just don't notice any difference. And like if I'm gonna spend the money on this, I'd rather just buy the Retin A at full price, because I know that for sure will firm and tighten my skin. And I'd rather like spend the extra money on like a hydration serum or vitamin C. So I've been just using that around my neck to use it up and to keep my neck looking okay. So now if I was just using Biologique Recherche, I would go in with the Grand Millésime and the Elastin Marine. I showed the Elastin Marine in a recent haul, my most recent haul, and I'm not a fan. It's a yeast cream. It smells, I like the way it smells. It smells like bread when you're making bread, the yeast for it. All I noticed that this does is hydrate and soften the skin. It doesn't do, it doesn't prevent clogged pores, it doesn't prevent breakouts, it doesn't firm, it doesn't brighten, it doesn't do any of that. It's like a hydrating serum, or I'm sorry, a hydrating cream. And my boyfriend stole this from me. He took it out of the bathroom and he's just been throwing it in his gym bag and using it at the gym. So that's why it looks all dirty. But when I get to use it, I mix it with Grand Millésime. And Grand Millésime does a good job at brightening the skin, evening skin tone, keeping skin clear, but it has like a matte texture, almost as if there's like clay in there, and I'm not a fan of the texture. So what I do is I mix them, and it's a good combo. Because I like the hydration I get from this, and it leaves like kind of a glow on the skin, the Elastin Marine. I am gonna skip those two, so I will go in with the Transdermal Sebum first. It's like a bluish tinted cream or balm. So I just take like a fingernail amount, small pea size. And with the Truth treatment stuff, you can mix them all together. You don't have to use them individually. I'm just going to take a little bit of the priming mist, because these are recommended to use like wet. But I'm going to try to get up close so hopefully you can see. It's not sticky, and it's not like oily. It's like a drier oil balm, if that makes sense. And I take this around my eyes too, But be careful around the eyes. I'm not sure if it's recommended around the eyes. When I first started doing that, putting it around my eyes, I got like super itchy eyes. And I really like to massage it into my skin. Okay. So that's that, and now I'm just gonna go in with a few dots of the omega-6 healing balm, and it looks like, or healing cream, and this is also really thick, but I'm just gonna take a small, like, and put it where my skin gets the driest, especially if my skin is like reacting to the Retin A from yesterday. Put it on my lips too. I get really dry lips. And I'm just gonna kind of massage it outward. And I don't put the Retin A around my eyes. I put the Retin A, like when I do use this, all around my face. And then when I put the transdermal C balm or whatever kind of balm or cream I put on top, I take it and like put it around my eyes too. So like anything like that I have on my hands will just kind of like gravitate up towards my eye. But today, since my eyes are not feeling dry and I don't directly put anything on that area, I'll just show you how I would use the 1% retinol gel. I'll just take like the smallest amount and then just like dot it under my eye. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to use it, but I don't know if this is how, if they like recommend you not put it around your eye, but it's 1% retinol. And I'm not tugging, but I do want to like rub it in. Especially this area, because this side, my eye is a lot tighter and smoother. But I do have some like dots under there. This eye, ugh, I hate this eye. It gives me all the sagging. You know what? I'm gonna put on the light. Now it's yellow. Sorry for all the changes in lighting. So that's it. Oh, two more things. Silk Plus. I love this serum. I will use this. So my, like the balms, those kinds of things, the omega-6 healing balm or cream kind of consists of that. In the morning, depending on my mood, I will go in with like my tooth treatment stuff if my skin is just like needing like comfort, you know what I mean? But if my skin is looking fine and I've used retinol and it's not flaky and it's looking good, I'll go in with my Biologique stuff the way I showed you, with the toner, the quintessential serums, the creams, and then I'll just top it off with Silk Plus. This serum, yeah, if I had to choose 3 serums from Biologique, that are my favorites, I would do the X-Ray Tissulaire because I love that hydration. I would do the Silk Plus because I feel like this does tighten my pores. It clears my skin. Not that this is comparable to Retin A, but like, you know that how clear your skin looks after you've used Retin A, and it just looks so smooth and soft, and your pores look small, and your tone looks bright. That's what this does to me too. So I like to use this as often as I will use it. But this is not one of the most expensive serums from them. And then I do still love my Fluid VIP O2 serum before makeup. That one, I love that one, but that one's super expensive. If I use that under my eyes are like so smooth. Like there's no texture when you use that serum. I bought the Mask Biosensible from Biologique Recherche, and I got rid of that one. I sold it. It had like a nourishing feel to it, and I could see how it would calm a reactive and sensitive skin, but my skin has been so good lately. I've been just like, you know, aside from the sagging, like the Biologique did really good stuff for my skin overall. Like the texture is so nice. My skin is pretty bright. And then the Retin A and the what is that called? The Transdermal Sebum. That just like took it to the next level. And to be honest, I have had the Transdermal, it used to be called the Truth Balm, I think, or Transdermal Sebum. I've had that for at least 2 years, where I even discovered how much I liked other products in Biologique. That was a serum or a balm that I would go to whenever my skin was reacting badly and it needed to be like soothed and calm. My skin just like it feels the best it's like felt. So the Mask Biosensible was kind of like redundant in my collection. I got it to kind of like use overnight. And to use like as an overnight cream, and I wanted to see if like it did anything else besides like calming, soothing, whatever, and it didn't. I wasn't a fan. If you have reactive skin and you wanted a mask like that, I would say look into Mask Visolastine. It's very similar, and I feel like I get better results from Visolastine, and you can, I mean, I'm not sure what they recommend, but I used the sample of that one like a couple times a week when I was doing that. But now I've been doing the Retin A and Transdermal Sebum and even the Differin, and I've been doing that. And I want to continue keeping the Retin A in my routine. And I think I might phase out a lot of the Biologique things. I am interested in growth factors, so I'm thinking about trying the Osmosis Stem Factor Growth Serum or whatever, and then I do want to try retinaldehyde. I kind of kicked myself in the butt because I went to purchase this, and then as soon as I purchased the 1% retinol, I was like, oh shoot, I should have gotten like retinaldehyde, because your skin has to do just only one conversion to get to retinoic acid, versus retinol you have to do like 2 conversions. Anyway, I love his vitamin C anyway, so I'm fine with this. And especially if I'm using it around my eyes, like that's fine with me. Wow, I hope I didn't talk too much, but I think I talked a lot. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope this was clear in the steps I do it. It's just I had a lot of like, you know, things that I needed to explain, because I really haven't been happy with the Biologique. If I could just show you some standout products, it would be the cleansers, X-Ray Tissulaire, Silk Plus, Fluid VIP O2, and then their toner, and that's pretty much it for me at this point. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I will try to answer them. I'm not an esthetician, dermatologist, whatever, so I can't like, I'm not saying that the way I do it is right. I can't like give you like specific product recommendations. This is all based on like how I experience the products, obviously. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Bye.